Words Their Way. Presenter Virginia Moose, Literacy Coach. What is Words Their Way? A developmental program that includes spelling, phonics, and vocabulary. It is part of a balanced literacy plan that includes fluency, comprehension, and writing. A word study is implemented as a small component of the literacy plan, but it is also interwoven in actual reading and writing text. It is a word study program in which students learn by sorting words into categories. Students learn features by completing activities such as word sorting, word hunts, games, and drawing and labeling. Students work individually with partners and in small groups to encourage cooperative learning and individual responsibility. Why Words Their Way? Traditional spelling versus Words Their Way. Traditional spelling, students are given a list of words to memorize. Students forget words after the spelling test. All students study the same words. Words Their Way. Students analyze words to discover the similarities and differences. Students are able to apply the spelling patterns to similar words. Investigation, hands-on, and oral activities help the students retain the new spelling patterns in their long-term memory. Students are grouped according to their spelling skills and what they need to know. What does it look like? Students sorting words or pictures according to sound or spelling pattern. Student applies skills taught by correctly spelling words in everyday writing. Students noticing spelling patterns in reading and through vocabulary practice. Weekly assessments are administered. Students share with parents what sort they learn in school. Students notice words that follow their spelling patterns in their nightly reading. Word sort activities, picture and word sorting, drawing and labeling, cutting and pasting, word hunts, introduce sorts in a group, resort and write out sort, partner sorting, speech sort with partner or teacher, and games. Assessment. The first step in implementing Words Their Way is giving the class a spelling test. An assessment is given to determine where to begin instruction. The spelling words can be found in the Words Their Way Teacher's Guide. These spelling inventories are used to help group students by spelling developmental stage. They contain lists of words that were chosen to represent a variety of spelling features at increasing levels of difficulty. Administering the spelling test. The primary spelling inventory can be used in kindergarten through third grade. The upper level spelling inventory can be used in upper elementary, middle school, high school, and post-secondary classrooms. If a school system wants to use the same inventory across all elementary grades, they can use the elementary spelling inventory. Scoring and analyzing results. Spelling inventory feature guide. These features might include consonants, digraphs, blends, short vowels, and so forth. They relate directly to the stages of spelling development. The words in the spelling inventories are designed to demonstrate students' knowledge of these key spelling features at the different stages of spelling development. Words and features highlighted in pink show what the student was not able to spell correctly, and all you have to do is correct the spelling test, analyze the spelling test using a spelling inventory feature guide. Organizing your groups. Students can be grouped for instruction according to the spelling developmental stages. Students Groups can be further differentiated by the 3 additional stages within each developmental stage. These stages are early, middle, and late. The chart can be found in the teacher's resource guide in levels where to place each student. The simplest thing is to grab a piece of paper and list the levels down one side. Then look through the assessments and see who fits each category. How to group students. This example shows that the students can be grouped into 3 groups. Once you have your 2 to 4 groups, identify the word sorts from the text for each group. Photocopy for each student. Set up an area for a word stairway board and a basket of extra scissors, envelopes, or plastic baggies to hold the individual sorts, colored highlighters, or pencils. Small groups. While students are working, call each group one at a time. Discuss the sort and have them highlight an exemplar for each category. That helps them to remember what features they're sorting for. Have them start sorting the words while they're still at the table. If it's an easy sort or an advanced group, you might only need to see them sort a few words before you know they've got it. If it's a trickier sort or a struggling group, you may want them to finish the entire sort with you right then, so you can offer guidance and address questions. Depends on the group, and it depends on how much time you have it at that moment, possibly 15 to 20 minutes. Planning. Decide how many groups you could handle, 5 groups or even 2 to 4 groups. Create a little notebook to keep track of the groups. Make a half-sheet form for each week. Cut down a post-it note for each group and add the kids' names. Tip: using post-it notes make it easy to transfer the information to the new sheet each week. Then list the sort for each week. Here I have an example, Words Their Way activities. Choose one activity to complete with your words each night for extra practice or even extra practice in the classroom. Weekly Words Their Way routine. You may make your routine however you feel comfortable, however suits your classroom. Here I have an example of weekly Words Their Way routine. Day 1, introduce sort, highlight exemplars, cut out sort, initial back of each word. Day 2, sort and write. Day 3, speed sort. Day 4, sort and graph. Day 5, sort and glue into notebook. Words Their Way supplement books to help you get started. When implementing word study in the classroom, it is important to understand the progression of the stages of spelling development. It will help teachers as educational assistants determine which word study activities are most appropriate for students. Watch the video to give you an idea how to implement Words Their Way spelling inventory.
When the students get their words, they cut them up into the individual tokens that they can then move around into categories. Here you can see sometimes there are picture sorts. These are really great for ESL learners, but also for older learners looking at new concepts. So this student is doing a directed sort where the category headings are given to them and then they try to decide which word goes under which heading. This is really good for learning how to sort words. And this student is doing an open sort where the category headings are not given to them and they have to use their spelling knowledge to work out which words go where.
Is a word that I have in the book, many books. When I know these are very different, but they both have a sort of.
Sorts with these symbols and these strange letters. Do you know what those mean? Can you tell me what these letters mean? So what would this pattern be if we didn't even look at the O? What would the pattern in the word be?
Consonant, vowel, consonant.
Okay, so let's see what other patterns we have. What about this one? Those kids said that this is consonant, vowel, consonant. What does that mean? And what does it mean with the letter, with our word?
Ends with E.
Ends with an E. What if there's an E at the beginning? Is that where this one's going to go? This is only for the end. What does that mean, a magic E? What does it do to the O? Okay, and so this is our third group. And if we don't look at the O, are these two going to be the same? What makes them different?
One has two vowels and one has one.
Here's the word we did on the board. If we read that word, what is that word? And have you ever read that word before? What does it mean, goat?
Goat is like it's an animal. In a farm. Like farm, wild, mountain goats. Mountain goats are bigger.
So if we look at that word goat, and we look at the kinds of letters that are in it, does it match with one of these titles? How come you would put it in that group? And which two letters there are vowels? O-A. And so what, if that word is goat, what is the sound in the middle? Oh. You're right. Oh. How about you choose? Each of you pick a word, read it, and say the word. Oh, a hard one. Oh, and that is a silent K. You're
I know what is it. It's this one.
How come you would put it there?
There's two consonants on the end.
Yep.
Go there because it has like a O.
You're right. Listen to these. Those two sounds are so different. Go. Even the shape of my lips. Go.
Are different.
They're absolutely different. And what have you got? Road. And look at that vowel pattern. There's that one. And the magic E. And that E changes that O to make what sound? Oh, so if we say that sound, O, what is the word? Road. Road. What sentence could we make with that?
My car drives on the left side of the road.
That is absolutely a sentence you could make with road, but that road is that road. So this is road. I rode my bike. I rode my scooter. Look at that road.
I rode my scooter. They are really missing, but they are not.
That's why it's so important when you're doing your word sort to say the words, because you might notice in your word sort you have two words that sound the same, but they're spelled differently. So I'm going to send you off now to try your word sort, thinking about those patterns inside the word, but make sure you say the word. Think about it in a sentence. The car drives on the road. I rode my bike to school. So think.
I hope this video helps to transform your classroom into an organized learning environment where differentiation helps students feel confident, valued, and inspired to take ownership of their learning.